Oh boy, how could have this gone differently? Let's see, you honestly literally have a place you sleep at night on wheels. You couldn't have just tied down the crate on the inside of the camper? Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/iamatotalpieceofsh because honestly there's no hope for this world and I'm rooting for the meteor. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on those notifications. Okie dokie, let's go. Hi Blank, recently you did LASIK in eye foundation. Hi, yes, myself is this person. I did LASIK on the same day. I did LASIK on that day too, and I saw you there. I DM'd you to introduce myself. How did you get my Instagram ID? I saw your name on the ledger that we sign in after surgery, and then in Insta, I searched with the same name and got your ID as first, and then I'd ask you to confirm. That's it. Why? While we sit in the waiting area before the LASIK room, one girl across from LASIK to operation room, and then operation room to LASIK room as a kangaroo, and that looks cute to me, and then makes me curious to get a name, and then got a name and sent you a message. Yeah, at no point was this ever okay. At no point is it ever okay to acquire somebody's number and then use it to try to message them without them being the one to give you it in the first place. Hello, if you took my packages that were at this location, whether by accident or on purpose, please return it, no questions asked. I'm physically disabled and rely on deliveries to obtain what I need. I can't shop in person. The clothes probably won't fit you and were purchased to attend a funeral for a colleague. The other items, an extension cord and some water flavoring, may not seem like a big deal to you, but are important to me. Hope you'll give me a break. I don't think I'm ever really going to understand the method or the reasoning people get in their minds for stealing packages. Like, they're just driving down the street, look over to the side, see a box on a doorstep, and think, ooh, I wonder what that could be. Let's play grab bag today. Okay, so this is the same post as the one at the beginning, but I saw this and I wanted to do like a follow-up. I did not have I didn't even know that this all was done during a heat wave. So seriously, try picturing yourself as the dog. Like, you're in a small box on the back of a camper going down a highway, and it's hot as heck outside. I hope that these people were caught and charged with animal abuse. Like, seriously, if you honestly could not fit the dog inside of the truck at the front, you could have honestly just tied down the crate in the camper. Like, really, add something. Just something to make sure that the dog is safe and not on the back of a camper going 70 miles an hour. In the process, he throws his 2-month-old child at one of the deputies. A man who led a pursuit through blank threw an infant at the deputy. The man who led a lengthy pursuit through this location's community a week ago now faces 2 felony counts of aggravated child abuse after he threw a 2-month-old infant at a deputy. The pursuit and his subsequent arrest occurred around 6:30 p.m. May 26, 2021. This man, identifies as 32-year-old blank, faces several other felony charges, including aggravated battery on an officer, firefighter, EMT, battery on the same, reckless driving, and resisting arrest with violence. You can't throw a baby at us and expect us to treat you with kid gloves, Sheriff Blank said following the incident. This is a Florida man thing, isn't it? Because honestly, who uses a baby as a weapon? Ex-Houston 911 operator guilty of hanging up on thousands of callers. A former 911 operator in Houston has been found guilty of hanging up on police calling for emergency services. Jurors on Wednesday found 44-year-old Crescendo Williams guilty of interference with emergency telephone calls, a misdemeanor. She was sentenced to 10 days in jail and 18 months of probation. Williams told investigators she often hung up because she didn't want to talk to anyone at those times. She was sentenced to 10 days in jail and 18 months of probation. Here's the thing, if you're in that type of line of work, you don't get to have a moment of, oh, I'm just not feeling it right now. Like, seriously, imagine somebody calling in needing a fire service, and you're kind of thinking, do I really have to? And really, only 10 days in jail for something that actually could have resulted in people dying? Like, that's not cool. Like, imagine if one of those calls was actually somebody needing an ambulance because another person was having a heart attack, they got hung up on, and the person died. And if there's records of thousands of them, then, I mean, some of them really had to have been serious, and I'm thinking some people actually might have died. How do I stop my 12-year-old daughter from crying herself to sleep? I have punished her, and she still does it. Wow, you definitely sound like one of those I'm gonna give you a reason to cry about it type of parents. Lovely. Wow, you are a super terrific parent. Your 12-year-old is crying herself to sleep, so you punish her. What are you, some narcissistic, empathy-lacking wretch? 12 years old can be such a hard age in today's world. There is bullying, trafficking, peer pressure, homework, and we've been through an isolating pandemic. Oh, I have an idea. Change your approach. Have you asked her why she cries herself to sleep? Can you do that without yelling? Did it ever occur to you that she might be facing something you don't know anything about? Has it never even occurred to you? Open your eyes. A 12-year-old doesn't just cry herself to sleep to help her sleep. She is obviously dealing with something causing stress and turmoil, and she may need professional help. Clearly, you can't if you can't see a problem in front of your own eyes. I was honestly not expecting the trafficking part to come into this all, but there could be something that's definitely keeping her up at night, like bullying and something like that. If there's something that's causing stress, trying to add to that stress is not going to solve it whatsoever. Basically, just sit down with the child, ask them what's got them upset, what's got them crying, and if there's any way that you can help, and just be there for them as somebody you can trust, because, you know, that's what parenting is. I don't even have a kid and I know this. Like, seriously, you're just stupid. I'm a PETA member, and my next door neighbor is blind and has a seeing dog. I had the dog picked up and put out of its enslavement. How do I convince her that she was exploiting a fellow creature, and that how he's out of his what did you mean by out of his misery? You're worried about the government forcing you and your family to inject yourselves with untested medicine which has had zero long-term testing done, and for which the manufacturers say zero liability. You're just a moron then. I sincerely hope these vaccines have side effects. I sincerely hope that in 10 or 20 years, you and every vax pusher like you gets debilitating, life-altering side effects from these vaccines. And I hope you're not able to afford treatment. That's what you deserve for mocking people who don't want the government to forcibly inject us into their bodies. I hope you suffer and wallow in agony from lifelong disabilities because of this vaccine. Maybe after you suffer for 10 or 20 years, you'll learn to not mock people for being smarter and more cautious than your stupid butt. Seriously, the dude who probably wears a tinfoil hat's calling people stupid? I'm fairly certain the government is not knocking on your door saying, hey, your address is not registered to get the vaccine. You are legally obligated to do it, like with the military draft. This type of ignorance and stupidity is something I run into on a daily basis, and a lot of people who work retail and deal with on a daily basis, because honestly, I've come to the realization after working there, well, actually, it all started about 6 minutes after I started my job there, is that there is actually such thing as a stupid question. It's if the question can be answered by pointing, like, is this not a good idea to go here? Okay, point there. Are you this store or this competitor? I can literally point to the 30-foot mural right on both sides of our entrance wall for you to figure that out. And God forbid somebody comes in and asks where the frickin' fish are. There is a 100-foot mural that is the wallpaper for half of the store for over there. This is it's too stupid to make up, but I can have people that work with me vouch for me on this. This is just what it's like to work retail. An Arizona box truck driver who plowed into cyclists on a stretch of Nevada highway last September, killing 5 and injuring 4, was sentenced Wednesday to a minimum of 16 years in a Nevada state prison for driving under the influence of methamphetamine causing death. So wait, he killed 5 people and he's not going to prison for life? The police, sisters face charges, accused of shooting BB guns at homeless people. Unfortunately, the mugshots aren't attached to this photo, but the ones that they did see, that they were obviously very much smiling in their mugshots, and I honestly wish it was legal to note that if the person in the mugshot was smiling, to just extend their sentence just enough to get that smug smile off of their face. Or double it, because I think that might actually wipe it off a lot quicker. A woman has been reported for drink driving after crashing at this location this morning. At 11 a.m. on Monday the 7th of June, a car drove over an embankment at this location. Police attended and breath tested the driver, who returned a positive result. She was driven to this police station and recorded a blood alcohol reading of 0.371, more than 7 times over the legal limit. it. The driver, a 60-year-old woman from this location, was reported for drink driving and aggravated driving without due care and lost her license on the spot for 12 months. Her vehicle has been impounded for 28 days. She will be summoned to appear in court at a later date. Yeah, DUIs are declared at 0.08%. This level is just shy of ya dead. Anyone that has this much of an alcohol level in their system does not need to be driving and shouldn't even have a driver's license if they think this is okay. And with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.